Hi everyone, Tracy here. I'm just going to do a video about how I used Project Life to document my Disney trip. So this one might be a long one because my Project Life, as soon as I hit Disney, my Project Life became very extended. I was doing one layout per week, like this would be 1 week's worth of pictures and journaling per spread, and then sometimes I had inserts. But once we get to here, this is February 10th. From here on, I do several pages per day, as opposed to 2 pages per week. So get yourself ready, get a coffee, or you might not want to watch this one if you're not really into Project Life. I've been watching millions of Project Life videos, so the inspiration is definitely out there. There's lots and lots of people doing Project Life this year, and they're all documenting it on their blogs and showing it on YouTube and stuff. So lots and lots of great ideas. I didn't invent any of these ideas except for one. There's one that's my original idea in here. So stay tuned because it's a good one. I love this idea. So anyway, but most of these ideas are, everybody does this stuff, or lots of other people do those things. So this is where it starts. So I put another title card here, and actually I think I'm going to get one of those, a set of dividers, or make a divider or something, just to kind of set this apart as, okay, this is where the trip starts. But for now what I have is, I just put another title page that says Away We Go, and it has February 10th, the date on it. I did that with my smash stamp. It says that warrants a fist pump. And I just used K & Company stickers for the title. And then this is a sticker, I think it's from Glitz Design or maybe Crepe Paper or something. And then I put our actual boarding passes on top of that. And then lots of journaling about the plane ride and how it was one of my daughter's first plane rides. So kind of lots of documenting and journaling about that. And this is a picture that Scott took from the plane with his iPhone. And then I actually, instead of cutting off the edges of my stickers in my Project Life, sometimes what I do is I just wrap them around, and then instead of putting another card behind, I'll just journal on the back of that card so that I get double use out of the one sticker. So that's a bit of a tip for spreading out your supplies. I used, for most of the tabs in my insert pages, I use the Stampin' Up! Tab punch. And then sometimes I'll also staple it on just to have it. I just like the look. It's more for the look than it is to have it attached. I glue it on. So this is the back side of it. So again, you can see part of our preparation still, and I kind of like that. This one is a really busy page because it has a lot of journaling on it, and this journaling is actually double-sided, and so it says more. I didn't put a tab or anything on it. I kind of forgot to leave room for a tab. And so yeah, it's in the top, so it's not a huge deal to have to pull it out without having a tab. It's pretty easy to take it out, so. Again, I'm trying to remember to use letter stickers and little word stickers and stuff just for emphasis in my journaling. I always forget to do that. And then we played Flip and Click Bingo. And so I just kept the little bingo cards from that. And then this is a tag from our Magical Express bus ride. And then, so I did another card here, another title here, just so that you know that we're on the same day, so February 10th. And because the date was so small here, and what I did for every day that we were in Disney, every day I did a big date card that kind of said, okay, this is a new day. And then I also did, if we were going to a park for the first time, I did like a park summary card. And so I'll show you that when we get to it. But first, so February 10th, first we had to land and go to the hotel and all that kind of stuff. So that's what this page is all about. Our very first task was we got Mickey ears. And so I wanted to document that. They each picked their mini ears that suited their personality, and so I documented that there. We are here, believe it. So this is the Believe It card from the Project Life, and I just used my stamps, my letter stamps, to put We Are Here because it didn't feel real at first. And I got a set of these embroidered Mickey hats from Michaels, and I scattered them throughout the project. And these are stickers also from Michaels that I scattered throughout the project. Oh, and I also put a little clip that says Disney. And I don't know if this is going to work out or not, but it's easy enough to take off if it doesn't, because it's bulky, right? But I like the look of it. So then, here we go. So this is what I meant by a park summary card. So what I did was, these are the park maps that you get that tell you where everything is in the park, but each of them have like their own little logo and their own color on them. So what I did was I'd cut this off of one of the park maps and then attach it to the top of one of these journaling cards, and then that would serve as my kind of like introduction to Hollywood Studios. And then this journaling here is kind of a summary of either the highlights or just kind of like that day in a nutshell. And then more detailed journaling kind of follows. So another thing that I used throughout, besides standard scrapbooking supplies like Disney stickers and stuff, is I got a set of these at the park, these Post-it notes, and I got them specifically for Project Life, and I thought, you know, I could also use them for a ton of other things because there's like hundreds of them in the package. They're Post-it notes, but so I used them as kind of like a nice graphic element in my pages, and I also use these individual ones, these little thin strips, as borders on some of my journaling cards. So I really like how that turned out, so I thought I'd share that idea with you guys. Anybody going to Disney? This is just I think this was the housekeeping card that they left with us with the housekeeper's name on it, so that I just liked it as an element representing Disney. So I did a little bit of journaling about the Muppets 3D, which is I love the Muppets, so that's one of my favorite things to do at Disney. And then just, again, this is kind of your standard Project Life layout with the pictures on the top and bottom, and then the journaling along the middle. And so I tried to remember to use those letter stickers to break up my journaling, and I like the look. It looks really nice from afar. We had to go, this is a card from the Lost and Found, because Sophie lost her autograph book on her first day. Luckily she didn't have many autographs in it, so we got to, it wasn't terrible. So then this is the next day. So again, as I said, every day I did a big date title, and then I did a park summary card. This would be the park summary card for Magic Kingdom, because the banner for Magic Kingdom was too wide to fit this way on the card, so I just put it that way and journaled there. So that's our summary of Magic Kingdom, and then there's some journaling about just the day. Picture of the dress drying, because we had to wash her dress by hand in the sink because they spilled milk on it. Now this is the element that I told you was my idea. So I'm going to grab my phone, because I was sitting here saying to Scott that I took some really cool videos, and it would be so nice if I could just like put them in my Project Life somehow. And I just want to show you a close-up of what it is I'm talking about. So that's one of those Post-it notes, but you'll notice that there's a QR code on it. Well, just wait till you see what this does. You are going to freak. So I take this, the app is called Scan Life, but there are lots of different QR scanning apps. And so the program just loads, and now it's looking for my...
Hey, Bill.
Isn't that the most cool thing that you have ever seen? Okay, I just have to say I love this idea. I love this idea. So what I did was there's a program that you can go to that it's just online. You don't have to put anything on your computer or anything. You just go to a website and you type in the URL to your video. So I have all of our home videos in a separate YouTube account, not the one where I do my crafting. And print up the QR codes, and it converts it. You type up the URL or copy and paste it, and then it will give you one of these. Then I just saved them all to my computer and opened them all up in one document and printed them all in one kind of thing on a piece of cardstock, white cardstock. And then I just cut them all into little squares and glued them. I tried to put them, sometimes I put them into like a design element. So here it's kind of like it's part of the design, and other times I just put it in the corner of the picture that was related to the video. So I had a lot of fun doing that, and it's really fun showing my project life to people and pulling out my phone and showing them videos. It's just so cool, and it's so much fun. I love it. Love. So anyways, these are my girls. They're really excited about going to see the princesses at Cinderella's royal table. And then here's another one of those design, what is it, D? Yeah, design D. And these are iPhone photos. They're super blurry, but you know, Scott wasn't there, just the three of us went to this isn't from the princess thing, obviously that's from the parade, but the other three photos, or four photos, three, are from Cinderella's royal table. And then I just did a lot of journaling about it, and I took a picture of the roof too because I thought the roof was cool. And then that's just us on the teacups. Oh, and here's my one digital scrapbooking element here. I love this. So I purchased this. I think this is Ali Edwards element. I don't even know where it's from. I purchased a couple of digital elements just because I'm trying to dabble in some digital scrapbooking stuff. I'm thinking about getting a Cameo. I'm really close to getting a Cameo. I actually posted my Cricut and all the cartridges on Kijiji. So I'm selling my Cricut 18 cartridges and my Gypsy, everything, all. I'm selling it. So as soon as it sells, I'm buying me a Cameo. So here's the next page. It's again part of the same day, so there's no titles for it or anything. There's another one of those QR codes, and I just love this too much to not do it again. So I just start up the program, and then it's so fast. And it just brings up the new video.
So here we are on the People Mover. What do you guys think about Disney?
They're about to say, awesome, we love it. So anyways, it's just really cool and fast and everything. I put some put some stickers on some of the photos, and I loved Small World. I had been to Disney before we went for our honeymoon, and I had been on Small World before, but it didn't affect me in the same way that it did this time. I loved that ride, and it was just, there's something about the artwork in it, and it was just so beautiful that so I just journaled about it here, and I got this Small World sticker from Michael's, and so that was pretty fun. And then there's another Small World. It's one of those layered, I think, Jolie stickers or whatever. I now am told by Scott that this is actually not Main Street, this is Hollywood Studios. So I put this photo in the wrong place, but that's okay. And then this is the castle from the back. It's a great shot that Scott took. It looks better in real life. It's not showing up very well in the video. So and then here's the last page of the first full day at Magic Kingdom. So so yeah, I used more of those post-it note elements and just kind of, you know, pictures and stickers, and these are chipboard elements. And pictures of us with the characters. Now, starting on this page is where the Animal Kingdom is, so there's another big date card, so February 12th, and then there's my park summary card for the Animal Kingdom, which I made the same way that I made the Hollywood Studios and the Magic Kingdom one, with just a summary of what we did that day. But what I did for the first time in my project life, well, not that I've been doing it all that long, is I color coordinated all of these pages. So all of these pages are neutrals and greens and a touch of orange. So just because the Animal Kingdom is such a different park from the others, I kind of wanted these pages to stand out. And so if I do a quick flip through, you'll notice that it's mostly all browns and greens. So those are the pages for the Animal Kingdom. Now I'll just go back and show you a couple of details. So that's just all pictures and journaling, standard stuff. But there is a QR code right there, which is a little funny, right under his armpit. That is a picture of him dancing and shaking the maracas, and there's a video of all the kids were behind him in a row, including our kids. And so I have a video of them going all the way around the room doing that. And so this picture is great, except that there was this lady taking a picture right here, and it looked like she was taking a picture of his armpit. She was actually behind him, but it looked like she was right under him. And so, so I thought that, you know, it looks kind of weird having that QR code right under his arm, but I think it looked a little more weird having the lady under his arm. So it's kind of the lesser of two evils to have this strange QR code in the middle of my picture. But anyways, how am I doing here? How am I doing for time? Oh my goodness, 15 minutes. So yeah, there's not much to say here, just lots of journaling and lots of stickers in between. I tried to break up my journaling with stickers and stuff. And this is a Design D page that I just cut 2/3 of it off. And then the thing with Design D pages is that when you cut them this way, these are both open. So I just stapled it there so that this picture wouldn't come out. And then when I put this tab on, I stapled it there so that picture wouldn't come out. So they're gonna stay put now. There's another QR code that I layered a whole bunch of labels underneath of it. And then this is just an American Crafts pocket page with 4x6 pockets on it, and there's nothing on this but just pictures of animals. So I didn't really feel the need to journal the names of all these animals, and I wouldn't have gotten it right anyways. So and then just more journaling, a little quote that I liked, and pictures, and another QR code that I just made into a design element with the Mickey ears and the heart above it. Our kids got their hair wraps done, and I used a couple of little stickers. This sticker here, this was a little bit contrived because I've had this sticker around for a while, and I was wondering, I like it, but I don't know what I would ever scrapbook that would require such a saying. So I just talked about the animals and how, you know, they're just kind of doing their thing, and all these people, like hundreds and hundreds of people, are coming around and watching them and taking their pictures, and they just kind of, it's like somebody told them to just enjoy yourself and pay them no mind. So yeah. Then Epcot, I didn't plan for Epcot to have its own color scheme, but it sort of does. It's sort of all bluey. We did a lot of water related things at Epcot, like we went to the seas with Nemo and friends, and we ate at a restaurant that has an aquarium in it, so lots of bluish things because of that. Again, so there's my date. There's my date, and then there's my park summary card, and then lots of journaling. And the other thing is that starting in Epcot, my daughter did some of the journaling. So she was going to do full journaling cards, and she wanted to, but she's getting really frustrated because she's only 6, and so she was finding that her ideas were coming a lot faster than she could print them, and she was forgetting what she wanted to say and getting frustrated. So she would start the journaling, and then I would finish it for her. So that's what we ended up doing. I kept this little pamphlet that they gave us at the Coral Reef restaurant. It just identifies all the fish that were in the aquarium beside us. And I typed up what we had for lunch at that restaurant. We ate well. We ate very well there. And then I put this little kind of combination of tape and typewriting on there. And then instead of using my Stamp It Up punch, I just put a little ribbon pull on there. And the reason I did that was because there were ribbon pulls here. So I wanted to kind of just tie that in. Then on the back of that is a dog that Olivia wrote on the napkin. So we just kept that. And then there's another insert that's just one photo. On the back of the photo, I just took this card. It just came with graph paper and this little orange element at the bottom, and so I drew a line in half using orange, and then I put misses and hits and misses, and I left the S kind of askew there. And I wrote about all of our favorite rides on this side and what we liked about them, and then on this side some of our misses. So Captain EO I loved, but it really didn't go over well with my family, and it was weird, I agree. I just like Michael Jackson enough that I could overlook the weirdness, but anyways, the test track was really too much for our kids, and missing Illuminations was a miss for us, and we'll try to see that next time we go. And then also I wrote that we purposely missed the entire World Showcase, and we'll go to that next time when our kids are older. So So for the journaling cards that Livy and I did when we were in Disney, I actually brought a handful of these with us as well as a smash pad. And so for the journaling that we did in Disney, a lot of it ended up getting written on both sides because I wasn't really thinking about putting these into pockets. And so so what I did was I just put little pull tabs on the ones so that I know that there's something written on the other side. Poor little Chip and Dale. I would have rathered have them Chip be here and Dale there, but I don't know the difference between the two of them. I had to ask Scott when I went to put the stickers on, so they're backwards, but that's okay. And more pictures. And then we had the great pleasure of spending Valentine's Day at the Magic Kingdom. Aren't we lucky? And so here I have the title card for that day has a Valentine sticker from American Crafts and some white letter thickers. And then there's no park summary card here because this was our second time at this park. At this point we've gone to all the parks, so the summary cards stop. Just because I couldn't do that every single time. It's a lot of work to make those because you have to center it and they look hard. They're not hard, but they're just more fussy than they look like they'd be. So I took another Valentine's card and layered it with Minnie and more. You'll see these are all from the same set of stickers. So I just spread them out across the day's worth of Project Life. And again, more of those embroidered Mickey ears and the QR code for a video about that day. This is just a tag from the baseball hat that Scott bought that day. It was a really hot day, so and he didn't have a hat, so oh, this was fun. So we went to Splash Mountain that day, and it was a big long story because as you can tell, we're the ones in the red shirts, and most of the Banksfords did not really enjoy the Splash Mountain. Only one of us did, the one who had the idea to go on Splash Mountain. Sophie in particular, I can't hold the book and point. There we go. That's a heavy book. Sophie in particular is quite miserable looking. So this tells the story of how we came to be on the ride at Splash Mountain when it wasn't something we were planning to do, but we changed our mind. And Olivia, actually, even though she looks quite frightened, this is during the drop, so everybody looks frightened then. Except for these two who just love it. And these two. Maybe we're the weird ones. I don't know. Anyways, she ended up loving it. So Olivia did, my older daughter. So at the end, she was like, that was awesome. I want to go again. And we were all like, well, I think Scott would have gone on it again, but I wouldn't have. And then just some follow-up on that story. And you'll notice that this is Valentine's Day, so there's lots of reds in this. So our shirts were red, and so I picked up on it by taking this raspberry. This is from the Cobalt collection. They didn't have a true red. Oh, I wish I had turquoise. They have a true red. Anyways, the Cobalt collection doesn't have a true red. It has this raspberry pinkish red color, and so I put it here and there and just kind of tried to pick up on the red so that this would have an overall reddish look compared to the rest of it. I brought along a roll of love hearts because I knew we would be there for Valentine's Day, and we used those as our rewards for good behavior that day. And I really like the look of this page. Like, I think it just turned out nice. I like that, and I just like it all. It's hard not to like your project life when you've gone to Disney World and gotten a chance to document it in great detail. So that's really, I'm so pleased that I had a chance to do this, both take the trip and that I'm deciding to do project life this year. So another day, this is February 15th, and we didn't go to a park this day, but we did go to Downtown Disney. So I did the same technique with the park summary card with Downtown Disney. And took a picture of the pool, and not really much journaling, but just a little bit of decorating. And here's one of those post-it notes. I used them elsewhere, but I think I forgot to point them out. This is one of those long post-it note strips, just used as a border for my journaling card. And I use lots of Martha Stewart labels all through my project life, not just in the Disney parts. So this is us kicking back and relaxing. And that's the journaling about that. Sophie actually made all those potato head people herself. And the lady who worked there kept taking them apart and putting them all back. And she kept getting really frustrated because she'd go back and the one she just made would be gone. So we hung around the resort that day and didn't do very much until after lunch. We went to Downtown Disney. So I put a picture, we were at the Pop Century Resort, so I took a picture of I put the map in for that. And then on the back, I just didn't want it to be blank, so I just put in an activity sheet and a receipt that from the kids' purchase at Disney, at Downtown Disney. And then my husband took a bunch of photos of the resort because he calls himself an emerging photographer. And so he was kind of playing around with nighttime photos and close-ups and all that kind of stuff. So these were actually not taken on that day, but because this is the day that my project life is focusing on the resort, I just put them here. And then this is just a box from a Vinylmation that I got. I got the Muppets one, which I had never heard of Vinylmation until I went to Disney World this time. I don't think they had it when I was there last time. So we went to this store called D Street, and it's like the coolest store ever. Scott took a panoramic photo of it, and yeah, that's a sign that says Vinylmation, and it has hundreds, yeah, probably hundreds of Vinylmation figures behind it, and they're just like all of these are Vinylmation figures upside down, and they're like all over the place. So and it's really cool. They painted the ceiling like the sky, and it's just a really cool store. And they have Vinylmation there, and so I got my first Vinylmation. And I mentioned before that the Muppets are one of my favorite things about Disney, and my favorite character of the Muppets is Janice, and look at what I got. These are blind, so you buy the box and you don't know what's in it. You could get any of these, or one surprise that's called a chaser, the one that it doesn't tell you what it's going to look like until you get it. So anyways, I was tickled pink to open up and get Miss Janice as my Muppet Vinylmation. So these are kind of like, the idea behind them is that they're sort of, the Mickey shape is a canvas, and then they have designers put art on them, and then they're collectible and you collect them and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really into collecting and trading and stuff, but I really dig these things, and so I picked up a couple. And I'm hoping to get a couple more because, well, maybe I will be collecting them, I don't know. So the boxes are really cool, and I didn't want to throw them out, so I just collapsed that box. I cut off the flaps and collapsed it. And then I also got a Small World one because I love, as I mentioned, I love the art of the Small World. It was a smaller Vinylmation, so I made a tab out of the box top. And so they had a coloring station set up for the kids to design their own Vinylmations and color them in. So these are the girls' Vinylmations that they colored. And then on the back is my collapsed, oops, can't see that. On the back of that sheet, I just put my collapsed Small World Vinylmation box because I thought it was really funky looking and I didn't want to throw it away, so I just put it there. These are just pictures of Downtown Disney. Oh, my Janice came with a little card, it's like a little collector's card or trading card or something, and that's the vinyl that it came in, so I thought that would make a cool insert there. So more journaling. We went to Wolfgang Puck's restaurant and had a delicious meal of sushi. It was so wonderful to eat good sushi. And that's just Sophie, who's 5, journaling, and she can't write, so she does these scribbles, and she'll sit there and scribble and scribble and scribble forever and ever and be so content doing it. So this is February 16th. We went back to the Magic Kingdom, and so just more journaling and QR codes. I stuck in my room key card because I needed something solid on this because it was the flimsy Vinylmation stuff. Sophie waited in line to see Rapunzel for an hour and 20 minutes. She was the second person in line, and she knew that it would be an hour and 20 minutes before Rapunzel would be back, and she stood there and waited and didn't complain and was so happy to meet Rapunzel. And then this is just like the cutest. I have to show you up close. And then she colored, and it's cute because she's got her cat out on the table and Rapunzel's in the background, a little bit blurry. This is like my favorite. Love that photo. So I had an extra 2 pictures, so I just put one of these extra things. I already told you how I did that before. And then this is just an 8.5 by 11 page protector that I stuck in there. That's the drawing that she was coloring. And then I just didn't want this to be the back of a blank thing, so I just inserted this. This was a pocket that was in our hotel room when we got there. It just had information in it. I took all the information out and just put the empty pocket in there, and a little puffy sticker of Rapunzel. So, more journaling. I stuck in our fast passes. We went to Peter Pan's Flight. Peter Pan's Flight was one of our favorite rides, and so it was nice that this was the ride that we got an extra. This was like a bonus fast pass, and we had already been to Mickey's Philharmonic, so I just kept it. And then there's another QR code that I didn't put. I just stuck it on the picture that it relates to. Oops. And then more pictures, more journaling. This is a just a collage that Scott did for me, and I printed it onto a 4x6 and got it printed at Costco. And then this is one of those squashed penny things that they got when they were at Park Fair, where they met Cinderella and danced with her and that sort of thing. And then this is our last day, so the day that we have to leave. So it's a bit of a sad day. Another card key, just to fill the space more than anything else. Some pictures by the giant things at the Pop Century. So long, Disney. So I put 2 stickers and then put the words so long in between them. And then this little envelope thingy that came with, that was at our resort, it was just the perfect size. And it's just a more detailed map of the Pop Century resort, and it was just so perfect that I had to put it in there, even though it does add quite a bit of bulk to my project life. And then this is on the way home. So kind of running out of things to do at this point, things to put in my project, but this is the money that was left over, the American money. So a quarter and 2 dimes was all that I brought home. Scott informs me that he brought home more money than that, but don't worry, we still had money in our Canadian bank accounts. We didn't come home completely broke. This is a photo strip that I did on my iPhone in the plane ride home. And these are all pictures. Actually, these 2 are pictures that Olivia took. She sat by the window and took pictures of her dog that she spent her own money to buy, and a picture that she did of her dog. And that's just me taking a picture of the 2 girls by the window. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these, but I decided to just put all of the park maps on cardstock, and I was going to do, like, you know, favorite moments or something. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with these, but I wanted to do that. So that is my project life, and boy, I know I was long-winded, 32 minutes, but thanks for watching if you made it to the end. And if you fast forwarded and this is and you basically only saw the beginning and now you're seeing this, you should go back and see what I did with the QR codes, these things, because they're a really fun way to add an interactive element to your project life. So see you later, guys. Bye-bye.